everyone, now we're not muted anymore. Hang on. Yeah, that's okay, buddy. Thank you very much. Close the door. A tense combat scene has just been completed. By the words of Sagacious Hand, King Marcus has told the truth about what has been weighing on his mind, and the ghosts of his people seem to have accepted this and passed on, leaving the under-butler, Thomas, to ring the gong and have the rest of the party move on to dinner. Golden Heron, or Sarah, lies in the drawing room, body in many places ripped open, not bleeding out, but severely wounded.
Kalis will slip away.
Random question, actually, guys. I can't remember. Do Exalts still have that ability to just will themselves from not healing out by that freaking, like, you know, stamina resistance roll?
You don't have to make a roll. You can just will yourself not to bleed.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh my god, it's even better now. Best part of being an Exalt, you just be like, I mean, not you know, and just anyways, go on.
Bleeding is for poor people.
Kalis, after doing his bowing, showboating, whatever you want to call it, will slip out and go and find Miss Sarah, as he knows exactly where he threw her.
Yeah, she's on the floor in the drawing room. Everyone thinks it was this wonderful act and stunt, but she's actually really hurt.
Miss Sarah, Miss Sarah, are you how are you doing? Your wounds look pretty severe.
You know, ow. It hurts. Not gonna lie.
Wise Elder says, when it bleeds that badly, you should say ouch.
Your elder is wise beyond his years.
Actually, I made that up as a joke to lighten the mood because this looks grave. And he sweeps you up. I should probably find someone to attend to your wounds if you don't mind.
Go for it.
You were like, ooh, out of character? Arthur Shasta? Do we know you were like medically inclined? I'm off straight to Shasta.
Yes, you would know that I am. He considers himself to be a full medical doctor. Yeah, and he would be looking for Sarah because he did see her being mauled by, was it zombies, ghosts?
Ghosts.
Exactly what they?
Ghosts.
Ghost zombies. Zombie ghosts.
Is De Novo around?
Yes, the Novo's around.
Arthur Shasta comes up to you and he's like, all right, I'm going to need, several scalpels. I'm going to need some clamps. I'm going to need some thick twine, some hooks and such for the stitches, right?
All right. The Novo will drop one of the swords from his sheath and almost like almost as if he was working with clay or foam or whatever. With one thumb, he more or less starts cracking the metal and rolling in his hand. And like as Afrashasta lists the things off, he's more or less popping them out of the blade with almost flicking gestures and handing it to him until there's just a pile of medical supplies on. Just a pile of medical supplies on Afrashasta's arms.
Do you need me to rip sheets up for you?
I don't think that'll be necessary. Not only do we not tend to bleed, in this case, fire will be necessary. Wounds are going to be cauterized.
Perhaps we can ask Jade Phoenix for her fire dust for the fire.
Yes, I think if I've learned anything from tonight's performance is that the purifying fires of Hashish will help cleanse the things that are bad. Arthur Stasa is like looking around to get confirmation on that. He's not very much a follower of the Immaculate philosophy. But yes, if Jade Phoenix Soul wouldn't mind helping purify the blades with her fire.
She's
Oh,
actually
sorry.
good help.
Yes, so we go into the room where Sarah is being kept, and Arthur Shasta calls out to Kalis, and he's like, he looks at Sarah and says, "I'm sorry, but this is."
Are we still muted, guys? Apparently, an audience member can't hear any of us.
No, we shouldn't be muted. It's telling me it's all coming through.
It'd be hilarious if we were.
Make sure that it's not muted on Twitch, perhaps. I'll double check though. No, it's fine on my Twitch, so it might be like their side.
Sorry, I just was.
Is this the same friend who couldn't hear us the first time?
Yeah, I think it might be right, isn't it?
Oh, who knows?
Could be. Well, I mean, I only have one real member from my group that's been watching us consistently. So,
thanks for watching, by the way.
I'm just going to say really sorry to the music artists whose music I'm using, because my tributation program isn't actually working right now. I'm going to have to troubleshoot that one, find out what's going on.
But Dux, Arthur Shasta is going to come up to Sarah and say, because these wounds were inflicted by the dead, we can't just sew them shut. We have to, the chance of infection's too great. We have to remove some additional tissue and then cauterize it. And we're all right to do this as painlessly as possible, and it will scar. However, if you would like to make it into some sort of message. I mean, you have a lot of real estate in your upper arm where you're fending them off, where they knot in pretty deep, like down here. If you have, I mean, I can be tasteful with the scarification. If you would like to inscribe some sort of message or a series of glyphs along your limbs, I mean, you've got some real estate here that we're going to need to do serious cosmetic work on. Your shoulder blade here, some down on your thigh. So out of character, Dux, I'm basically asking if you want to make some sort of written message with linguistics that you want me to brand into your flesh. I am totally down to do that for you if you would like.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
That's a positive spin if I've ever heard one.
And I'm healing you in the process and spreading infection.
That is so Afro-Shasta. That is the most Afro-Shasta way of handling this situation.
Okay then. No need to do that extra bit. Just the healing's good. That's fine. I'll be good with that.
And then I will try and do everything I can to minimize scarification.
Okay. I will give you a... Sorry, I phased out for a moment there. I'll give you a 1 point stun. It's not... are you using charms to heal levels, or are you...
Yes, that's the only medicine charm I have. So. Okay,
cool.
And I spend 7 motes peripheral, so I'm glowing, displaying my cast mark of the sun dog. Everyone.
Legit exigent.
And some motes on some excellency too.
We've already established I just legalize whatever you guys do, so don't worry about it.
Love the way you lie. Oh wait, I shouldn't do that. My bad. I'm sorry, guys.
So while that's going on, Sagacious Hand is going to take a seat. Just start rubbing off like one of the pitchers of water and stuff for the guests. Start removing some of the makeup. Yes?
The noble is going to walk over to Hand as you're doing that and cross his arms. I am doubtful that you are overly familiar with the dialogues of Sexus Giles and the Nad.
Sorry, what?
I am extremely doubtful that you are overly familiar with the dialogues of Sexus Giles.
All I know from you. Besides, he gestures to their new friend who's just joined them. This is King Jonas Auric, an actual dragon-blooded. I'm sure he can fill us in on the rest of this while we try and fix whatever the hell this is. He's volunteered to help us for this evening.
He looks over to the king and nods, Your Majesty.
He gives a quick nod, looking to Arthur Shasta and Kalis, and back to Hand, down at Heron, then to De Novo and Shiroi. So how many of you are anathema then?
Well, Your Grace, I would humbly suggest that Jade Phoenix Soul is likely not an anathema. Unless you go with that whole realm business, but that is neither here nor there.
Right. I ask
Does
again.
it matter?
Of course it matters.
Have I got time to ask why, or is this, like, read motivations? Is this to help solve the problem, or just his own curiosity?
What is this anathema that you speak of?
They think we're demons.
A type of yogurt.
Yogurts of demons? This makes very little sense.
Very little does in life.
Kalis looks visibly confused. His question was pretty genuine.
I've rolled 5 successes to read motivations. Does he want for his own curiosity, or is it to help with whatever's going to be happening? Like, whatever help he can aid regarding the Shadow.
It is actually to help. He needs to know what he's dealing with, so that he can strategize better.
If it helps him at all, Kalis probably still has the Zenith disc on his head, as
Yeah,
it's
I've
not been
got
15
that in
minutes
there.
yet.
I can see it. It's glowing.
Foxfire, clearly.
Okay. 1 sec while I look at my... I think I'm going to have to roll for limit. Out of character to everyone else, how mad on a scale of 1 to 10 are you if I just tell him the truth? Because I'm thinking the truth at this
Our
point.
characters.
You as players.
Heron's been trying to keep her identity hidden as best as she can.
Mm-hmm.
But I will leave that to your character's judgment.
It always put a lot of effort into cultivating who he sort of is. So he might be a bit touchy about it, but if you wanted to go ahead with it, go ahead with it. It's your character.
Guess who isn't affected by this?
Exactly. Well, actually, you're very affected by this if someone trips up on your name.
Sagacious Hand replies truthfully, pointing towards Kalis. It's like, that's not Foxfire. We've got 1, 2, and just points out every single anathema in the group. And it's like, we've got that many. Couple of spirits, apparently. Looks towards De Novo. A couple of spirits, apparently. Just myself and all of my madness that can be contained within it, and reckless abandon. Help?
I am not sure that I am evil. Oh, I think you'd know that kind
No.
of things.
And like absolute sincerity. It's like, no, I don't think so either. Everyone keeps using this term though, so I found it easier to speed the conversation along if you just smile and nod to it. But no, regarding the idea of anathema is when they start talking about the elder exalts of old that the princes of the earth overthrew. I don't know much more of the story beyond that, other than we may have stolen our power from a
I'll tell you
god
the story
or
sometime.
empowered by something. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stories I don't really know.
I'll tell you the story
It's
sometime, Hand.
what points to King Oric. It's like clearly he does. I'm sure he can fill us in later.
Raises a hand to stop you. Don't worry. I don't put much stock in hearsay. I gave you my word that I would help you, and I will. I just need to know what I'm dealing with, so that I can make sure that my efforts are efficient.
Then, Your Majesty, how about more formal introductions?
Bows, says, my name is Jonas Oric. Last of my line, since my family was killed in an unfortunate uprising in my kingdom.
The noble will bow.
Oh.
The noble,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just.
out of character, I'm just gonna have us do basically a round table introductions, and just kind of like to get who we are out with him. Everyone's cool with that. The noble is gonna bow. Very well. My full name is Amelard, the noble of the Gens Amelar, former Sohei of Lukshai until my recent execution. This is Shiroi. Shiroi bows. Shiroi is the name I go by now. If you're at all familiar with the Empire of Bells, that was my former home for a time. And then whoever wants to take the ball next. Oh, and then we'll cough. And for the context of this conversation, I am of the setting sun.
Kalis will motion to draw attention to Sagacious Hand as chieftain of the tribe. It should be his honor to be presented first. So help with presenting his hand, respectfully bowing his head for this introduction. Your stage is set, Sagacious Hand.
At this point, he's just popped his head in his hand. He's like, yeah, politeness. We're running out of time. We've got 30 minutes.
Tell him what symbols on your chest. On your head. That'll tell him what you can do, more or less. Then almost shrugs.
I'm buffering because I'm like, will it?
It'll give him a rough idea. He's asking what we can do, so I think it's telling him a rough idea.
Did he ask what we can do?
Yeah. He said he wants to strategize. That's why I'm doing this.
Okay.
I can, if you're still buffering there, do you want me to say something?
Yeah, please do.
I am Kalis Kodan, now of the Exalted Excelsior. I am very strong and a good actor. You may have heard of me. I also fought in the arenas in Nexus, so if that is of help, then I would like to see this shadow disappear from this land, as it is a grave omen, huh?
Indeed. He looks to Arthur Shasta.
Arthur Shasta bows deeply. He's like, I am Arthur Shasta, Ragan Viwas in the Dark Kala Yiren, of the nation of Olavat, one of the Yemen. also one of the chosen of the sun. Not dog. There's no dog. I am a natural philosopher and a physician, as you can see. This here is Johann. Johann bows and sort of woofs.
An interesting breed. And you, looks to Heron.
My name is, well, I know a lot about a cult, and well, I'm crafty with a pen, let's just say that. I actually have an idea that might help. Though I need to make a quick cult roll. Elk, if I may, sorry, this is a bit of a tangent of the current scene, but Sarah's focused on like the 30 minutes and all. I'd like to make an occult roll to see if I know of any runes, symbols, like simple something I can write down on parchment that could help potentially be a ward against a Shadowland or the dark.
Yes. Difficulty 2.
And I'm going to say I'm just spending a willpower just to be sure.
Okay.
Do wound penalties affect these rolls, sir? For me and the viewers?
They would.
Ooh.
Because when you're in a lot of pain, it's hard to focus on even intellectual matters. For those at home wondering.
Wouldn't that be integrity plus?
And I'm in -2 health levels right now since I've taken, well, I'm at, what, 4 lethal taken? So yeah, that's -2 health levels. So I hit -2 from my dice pool. Okay, why is the roll not working? What am I doing wrong, guys?
Spaces between
You need
the
space.
arrow things.
I just copy and paste the Beirut's
Yeah,
roll
no.
above it. That's what I do, and then just change the number. It's far quicker. No, let me do it for you, Duck. Well, do you mind if I step in, Ducks?
Control C wasn't working. What the fuck? I just copy pasted.
And the bot is on.
Oh, that's because there was no space with your 6, I think. Oh no, there is a
No,
space.
he's done it right.
Daisy roll. Damn it!
Oh no, our bot's dying!
The bot might be having issues.
Yeah, the bot might be down.
Yeah, I think it's down.
I don't
Okay.
know how to fix bot issues because this has never happened.
Sometimes the bot just kind of like if the server that the bot comes from disconnects, it's kind of disconnected.
Okay. In the meantime,
It just disconnected.
can you just roll somewhere else and just let us know the result?
Oh, I was trying to talk, but I grabbed the mouse. So as you guys can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 plus my willpower spent 5 successes. Though I will admit that 8's kind of in a bad spot, but
That's okay. That's fine. 5 successes is plenty. Kel's apparently got the bot working again, so
Yep.
yes.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Thank you for fixing that for us. So, Ducks.
I'm here and I can hear you. I'm just dealing with my daughter.
Okay, sorry. So, yes, Heron remembers back from her earliest days of training with her various mentors, when sort of looking into the most basic of the occultic facts of creation. If you inscribe a sigil of Saturn onto a parchment or barrier of sufficient size, and line its edges with salt, lay it across the border between the Shadowlands and creation, then that will act as a passageway, allowing people to leave and pass through without being shunted into the underworld. But you have to do it before the sun sets.
All right, I can make a gateway that the citizens can get through after night falls. I need to move fast, though. Caleb, can you help me out here? Actually, well, give me. I need some salt.
I have plenty of salt. Deno pulls out a small sack filled with salt. You'd be surprised how often this is useful.
Worry not, Miss Sarah. I will be your body for this. I know you're injured. I will carry you where you need to be, and I will throw things where they need to be.
I can get her there faster.
We'll also need salt.
We've got that now.
Excellent.
So Jonas bends down, sort of picks you up in his arms, gets the package of salt from De Novo, places it on your middle, and just swiftly carries you out towards the doorway.
Before you go, I just want you to know, sorry, between the hordes of undead and the impromptu surgery, we need to be very careful around Jonathan.
Actually,
Maybe a sorcerer.
Might I make a suggestion?
Duly noted. Yes, Sohei.
Just one small piece of advice. If you're on the border of the Shadowland, I would be careful, since we were only dealing with the capital, and a considerable battle against the realm was fought on these grounds. The closer you drift away from the city and within the bounds of the Shadowland, you might run into considerable resistance, and not all of them necessarily of mortal make.
I understand the risks. He steps out of the door, sort of just stomps his foot on the ground as this sort of almost surfboard of stone just goes up out of it as he sort of stands upon it and just sort of rolls off down and rockets down the promenade with Heron in his hands.
I'm gonna wait until he is way, seemingly out of earshot, is it out of the castle itself, before being like,
Heron, take your roll bonus, please.
Then he'll snap his fingers and turn to Torella. Weren't you from? Correct me if I'm wrong, Torella, but weren't you from? What is it? Your family name Oric?
yes.
Oh.
That would explain why his story is very similar to yours, no?
Yes, I noticed that.
Yeah,
It's
well.
odd.
And to dance with him.
Oh, and she really starts bends over chuckling. Oh, what a delightful story.
Yeah, it's really delightful.
I do not.
Sorry,
I do
kiddo.
not like that.
I enlisted his help before I knew who he was.
Did
Sorry.
anybody else dislike the way he assumed he was faster than me without even asking? Kalis gives a dismissive, like, I don't like that person sort of gesture.
Ooh, Kalis, I know how you can prove you're faster than me.
I mean, I don't actually need to prove, I just present the assumption.
Are you saying you don't want to do the challenge? Are you saying you aren't up to the challenge?
De novo! Just like the what's left of the staff just fucking throws on the ground. 30 minutes.
That's
Exactly.
easy.
My suggestion is we prove Kalis is fast by getting rid of the ghost before they get to the border. Well, the shadow.
I don't think I'm actually faster than him. Okay, I just resent the implication. Okay, and this is wasting time. Chieftain is right. We must move fastly. Fastly.
Yes, we have the painting still. We can take care of this immediately now. Well, partially.
I don't understand, but I trust you.
Simple. Have you ever gone fishing? And Denovo is already putting down the painting while putting down the painting on the ground while he's saying this.
Maybe you should explain your plan.
Okay, we're short on time, so I'll start while I'm explaining this. He draws his hunting knife from his belt and runs and slits his palm, and starts basically pouring the blood out to form a sigil over the painting. Essentially, we're going fishing. We're going to draw the ghost in the most loud way I can think of. And, well, I hope we're all ready for a fight, because it's not going to be happy.
How does this stop the Shadowland?
Simple. The shadow is tied to the Shadowland. Well, theoretically.
Introduce that bro new scene.
Hey,
Okay, I'll introduce this back.
Like, can we please
Vetoed.
stop doing things of strong metaphysical nature without fully understanding the ramifications on this precarious situation?
Well,
There's a sudden
at the very
rise of
I know-
screams
I
from the
know-
dining room.
Hmm?
Soren
What'd you
Medish there's a sudden rise of screams from the dining room. Soren Medish is
Nice.
rushed out into the hallway, coughing and frothing at the mouth, convulsing, as some of the servants try to get him upstairs as fast as possible.
Huh.
That man looks like he might have been poisoned.
Yeah, Arthur Shasta holds up his hand. He's like, "Oh, yeah, when I mentioned Jonathan may be a sorcerer, should have also mentioned he's absolutely an amateur poisoner."
That's an important fact. You should probably mention that when dinner's been served, huh?
Well, this will get him here.
Why are we having dinner? I thought we were 30 minutes.
Exactly. I say we summon the ghost and we see what happens.
No, let's not stop rolling the dice.
I boast that Arthur Shasta leads the way on resolving this issue. And quickly. All in
We have
favor?
half an hour.
Yes, good.
Well, I think right now we need to deal with the potentially poisoned people in the drawing room.
We have half an hour.
Any more death that happens, this is going to make it worse. Shasta, go deal with whatever's happening with the poison. De Novo, try and summon this ghost if you think you can, but don't do a try and see if it works. You need to make a ward, let us know what to do, and we will focus on that. Try and draw him to this location. Kalis, I need you to check on Righteous Lotus. Make sure that if she is being hit by whatever poison, that she is either here and knows what's going on, and this is not an act, and more importantly, is not poisoned. Go. Turns to Dux is gone, so we've got Taral left. It's like, that was real. Arthur Shasta, he threw something at me. That was real. Jonathan tried to kill me.
Kalis is bounding out the door, straight to it. Latest, in case that's not obvious. I know.
Yep, okay.
He describes the symbol to Arthur Shasta, like as the thing got cut in half. It's like, that was thrown at me. If Torella hadn't been there and cut it in half, I don't know what would have happened. That kid's not well.
Arthur Shasta pulls out a his clothing's not well fitting, and you realize what is not sort of like a half cape, but kind of a pillowcase that he has slung over his shoulder. And he pulls out this book. He's like, "Yes, I didn't have baseless claims against Jonathan. You can see this is his handwriting. These are his annotations on the side of this manuscript. Like, he's clearly been dabbling in books of questionable accuracy and moral standing involving the more esoteric arts.
The Nova will look up real quick. Wait, is that the Book of Circles? Is that the Book of the Black Circle?
Yes.
It
Yes,
is
it
a
is.
copy of the Book of the Black Circle.
Oh my. Yeah. The thing they still print those things.
I know, right? The claims this guy makes, it's so spurious. I mean, the presumptions that he makes about the structure of form before essence, before precedent and realization is just that how anyone accomplishes anything of metaphysical prowess and might through the studying in this book is beyond me.
We have 4 copies in the we had 4 copies in the Lookshine libraries. They were mostly there to figure out which novices were too stupid to train.
The hall is filled with the trump of metallic boots.
I thought there was no army here.
Might not be their soldiers. The Nova throws down the knife at the middle of the painting. Okay, it's done. Are you ready?
Several guards start to file into the room, wearing Kaldor's colors. The leader calls out,
May I help you, sirs?
Sagacious Hand, members of the Ebullient Excelsior. You are under arrest for the poisoning of Soren Medish.
Oof.
Under the orders of Prince Jonathan Marcus, you are hereby ordered to follow us to the dungeons, where we can... And he's just suddenly cut off as one of the other guards sort of just bonks him over the back of the head, knocking him down. The 3 other guards sort of just turn to look at this guard and find out what's going on. As it's just quick as a wink, he just flashes his hands out, just sort of striking them all, knocking them all down.
All right, that's our cue to hurry up.
All right, are we ready?
Do you think I should head back into that room and try and settle down whatever's happening in the other room, or stay here?
Do you trust the Nova after Shasta with the ghost?
This guard approaches you.
Sagacious Hand stands on up.
What are you all doing?
We are summoning this shadow.
For the record, I am against this plan.
I am running to the dinner party.
He says out loud, because Heron and Kalis aren't here, so the remains of Phoebus are buried underneath an oak tree on the Tydeus estate. If you want to deal with this, we're going to have to get there as soon as possible.
All right.
What are you all standing here for?
All right, he picks
Sorry,
up
who
the.
just said that?
This is the guard, yeah.
All right, okay. The Noble's just gonna roll up the painting and sling into one of the empty holes under his satchel. We'll do it there then.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the idea is to stay outside the Shadowland currently, or inside? I'm not sure actually.
It's outside. The estate is outside.
I'm making a gateway so that we can get out anyway, so it's not that big of a rush. So I don't know if the party realizes that.
Oh no, the problem is that if we don't get it done in half an hour, the Shadowland's permanent.
No, that you have until sunrise.
Uh-oh. I probably only have
The problem is, that's why I'm trying to make the gateway really quickly in the half an hour, because if I can make the gateway, that means that the citizens can be safely evacuated, and we can still have a pathway out of here.
All right.
I think, though, that being said, having to get somewhere quickly, regardless, Tara's gonna be like, "Let's go!" And as she makes a beeline for the castle entrance, and as soon as she gets out, she whistles for Karanthar.
comes towards you at your call. Kalis, as you rush into the dining room, your forehead still aglow with your caste mark. You find that the dinner is in a little bit of disarray as sort of everyone's sort of just cleaning up after the mess. No one else seems to be sick or poisoned. Righteous Lotus is perfectly fine. Jonathan is not currently seated at the table. He was off on the corner whispering to some guards who sort of make a quick exit out one of the sides.
Galus Buston takes a measure of the scene quickly, and in his voice he says, clearly somebody has been poisoned. I would recommend not eating the food until we know what has happened. Righteous Lotus, if you wouldn't mind accompanying me, I am to ensure that you are safe, as clearly there has been problems.
Righteous Lotus sort of stands from her seat, sort of looks around and says, Kalis, what's going on?
Do you want the short version or the long version?
She goes to speak when the candelabra hanging above the large dining table starts to shine like the midday sun, and descending from it is the form of Lady Pandea Tydeus. Slowly, her feet slowly touching down onto the middle of the table. Says, I'm sorry, my friends, my family, but we are out of time. Please, rest. And the mists start to fill the room. End session.
I like it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So,
Down the clown.
Arthur Shasta, I have a tool that might help you reduce poison's duration by half.
Is it some sort of useful tube?
It is ultimately useful.
All right, guys. Here's my request for next session. Let me use the painting. I've been wanting to summon that ghost and stab in the face for a while.
Well,
I mean, I don't.
Arguments here. I'm technically. Hey, the arrest never happened. I never got the message. What guards?
Yeah.
right, so thank you very much for sticking with us in this session. Thank you very much for the viewers who've stayed with us past our few little technical troubles. Thank you for all of our YouTube viewers as well. This should be up within the hour for you to view at your leisure. We will be playing again this weekend. Is there anyone who's not available for any reason? Excellent. Then just check out the time in the little slot box below me on my Twitch channel, and you'll see the time for our next session. Thank you very much for viewing. Thank you very, very much. Wish you all the best of luck. We'll see you on the weekend. Good night.
Thanks for watching.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.